This fatherhood event that Strive is putting on is needed all over America. We've got so many of our young men out there making babies and they're not taking the responsibility to take care of them. The results are devastating. Children of absentee fathers are, and you got to listen to these statistics, 5 times more likely to live in poverty, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, 20 times more likely to spend time in prison, and much more likely to become teenage parents. President Obama put it this way: we need fathers to step up, to realize that their job does not end at conception, that what makes you a man is not the ability to have a child, but the courage to raise one. And that's what Strive's fatherhood programs and the other programs that they have are all about. Strive's programs teach not only specific job skills, they also teach culture of personal responsibility. Strive's success is unmatched, with the results that show upwards of 70% of its graduates still in the workplace after 2 years of being on the job. Strive's fatherhood programs take the message of responsibility and help men understand how to provide, both financially and emotionally, support of their family and children.
The fatherhood thing, though, even though we are first and foremost a workforce development program, and we're about ultimately people taking ownership for this position in life, one of the challenges that we saw and that we're all products of is how men struggle on this thing that we call fatherhood. Work is just the thing that imposes order, discipline, and financial sustenance in our lives. And that is a means to being a good dad. Tonight, we celebrate these young men. And I'm going to ask Lester to come up.
My son was taken away from me, and he's standing right here. His name is Tyshawn. He was placed in foster home. I'm accountable for all my actions. I made some mistakes, and so I had to rectify that. I didn't want to miss out on the program. I thought it would be a good thing to do and something I could learn to better myself to be a great dad. Again, I just want to say thank you. I want to thank all the All-Star dads. My son Tyshawn, I love you so much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity for being a good dad. I promise you to be a great dad for the rest of my life.
My father was not around. I'm one of the statistics that's on the other side of the coin. My brother was one of the statistics that we care about and that we sweat about and that we cry about, because he's not here with me. Fatherhood is what we need. And if we don't change how we behave every single moment, that child can repeat the mistakes we made. There are children. I would prefer that police officers did not have to arrest our children. You can help us do that. That's what you're doing. That's the decision that you have made, to become fathers, to graduate as great fathers, and to continue to do that every single day. And you can now raise your children to do what we need to do. And that's change the world, one child at a time.
I have 2 brothers. I have 2 cousins. I grew up with them. My 2 cousins are dead. One was shot in a drug scenario. The other one died of AIDS, again, drug scenario. I have 2 brothers. Most of their life they have lived on Rikers Island. And then there was me. One day in 1973, we were doing graffiti outside a wall at Yankee Stadium. All of a sudden, one of my cousins says, "Look out." They run left, I run right. I run right into the hands of George Steinbrenner. They dragged me to the clubhouse. They gave me a Yankee uniform. I'm wondering what's happening, because the stripes were going the wrong way, if you know what I mean. And Steinbrenner says to me, "You know how to play baseball?" I said, "A little bit." And And so then he said, "You're going to be our bad boy tonight. Did you enjoy what you did?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "You want to keep this job?" I said, "Yeah." And he said to me, "All you got to do is make sure that you do your work in school and all that kind of stuff, and I'm going to check." And in essence, he did. And 36 years later, I'm proud to say that I'm a special assistant to George Steinbrenner. You know? I have 4 kids, but I thank God every day that I know that my 4 kids so far are good kids. And that's the proudest thing, not my books, not the movies or nothing like that, but that my kids have grown up to be great kids.
I just want to thank Strive for the work they're doing. As the other speakers have said, this issue is hot right now. President Obama took time in the midst of everything else going on in the world right now, dedicated an entire day to it last week. The importance of fatherhood. And it's hard to think of an issue where you can draw more of a straight line between cause and effect. If you don't have a dad growing up, you're more likely to be in jail. If you don't have a dad, you're more likely to be a teenage parent. If you don't have a dad, you're more likely to drop out of school. So there can't be enough organizations like Strive to try to begin to reverse that scourge, really, that's in our society. So thank you, Strive, for the work you're doing, and thank you so much for this honor. I appreciate it.
It is quite ironic for me to have the honor to introduce Darryl Strawberry. He was one of the very few people to have an explosive sound off the bat. And now we honor him tonight because of a different sound. We all know about the difficulties that he has experienced off the field. He has now dedicated his life completely to helping others. That is the sound that we're going to hear tonight, and it is my great good fortune and honor to be with you this evening at Strive, a fantastic organization, and to introduce to you number 18, Darryl Strawberry.
I think about my dad. I didn't have a dad in my life. As fathers, we have to be truly responsible for us being fatherhood to our children and giving them the right guidance about life. Through the grace of God, I was able to find the true man and the true understanding and the true purpose. And it wasn't about hitting grand slams. It wasn't about winning championships. It wasn't about putting on a uniform. It was about being a true servant to help others. I say to you brothers today, God has a tremendous plan for your life. These steps that you are taking right now are real steps. Whatever you do, stay dedicated. Stay focused to it. It's not going to be perfect. Just like Rob said, it's not going to be perfect. None of us do it perfect. I didn't do it perfect. But when you find your way, and you find your purpose about your children and their lives and the importance of their lives, don't ever quit. And that's the reason why I believe my life is where it is today, because I didn't quit. I was written off many a times by the New York media. Many a times. Believing in yourself when no one else does. Because I understand your story. I am one of you, but I didn't give up. And the miracle happens when you don't give up. Thank you for this wonderful program, because this program is truly what it's all about. It's helping men and mainstreaming them back into life. God bless you all, and thank you so much.